Yes, the Northerners are also calling for their own Sharia country. Yes, it has been established that ab initio. It's just that I don't know what affliction that is affecting our leaders, or probably because of the agenda of Islamization. The North have always said it that they want Sharia in their place. Yes, the good option for them is that you give them their Sharia, let them stay with their Sharia, while carving out Biafra land. Biafrans will be with their Christianity and probably other sections that will come out like Oduduwa and then North Central. That is a very big and good options available for Nigeria.
We need our Arewa. We need Islam. We want to be an Islam country. Yes, we are a Muslims, and we want to die inside Muslim, inside Islam. Nobody will change that. No any idiot, no any Trump, no any who be named Netanyahu, whatsoever who you people you are. You cannot change our pets. Don't worry much. So it's better for you to come and change and divide the nation. Give us our nation before not gonna go come carry them. Come join with us.
Hello, what's up guys? In this video, a shocking voice from the North is trending after a man openly told US Congressman Riley Moore to divide Nigeria. Now, no warnings, no discussions. He says, just do it quietly, the same way foreign powers acted in the past. He claims Sharia law has always been part of Arewa identity long before colonial rule and insists it will continue, whether the West like it or not. He rejects oil completely, asking what the average Northern man has ever gained from it, and says the North survived long before oil was discovered. The man goes further, accusing outsiders of bringing alcohol and immoral influence into the North, insisting Arewa wants nothing to do with it. His message is clear and bold. We want our own nation. We need Arewa. We need Islam. But here is where it gets even more tense. He directly mentions global powers and warns that no foreign leader can change their belief or direction. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
Hey, Mr. US Congressman Elimo, whether na Lemo, whatsoever they call you, what are you people still waiting for? Come and divide this nation now. I think you people, the time you throw that bomb for Sokoto, you do not tell anybody. We just see bomb. Why can't you now to divide this nation without telling anybody that you divide the nation? What are you going to do with these people? Since the first time, since 1920, that you come to Nigeria, you, the European country, you can't meet these people who they are not even wearing clothes. You can't meet them naked. Since then, Sharia law is in our body. Let me tell you, before this whether they are Congress, whether they are US, whether they are UK, whatsoever who they are, they come to this part of the Africa, meet us with our own Sharia law. That's what we use, and that's what we are going to continue using it, whether you people like it or not. When I come to our party, our side, when they build hotels, all una children, a shower in the day inside, and they do a shower for our states. They do all this beer, whether they anywhere you see people they sell beer, they carry beer from east to north. Now Igbo person they do that nonsense. We don't want to drink any beer. Nobody should carry any stupid beer come to our country because we are doing a Sharia law and divide this nation. We don't want you. What do we benefit from you people? Oil. Which nonsense oil? Is any northern average man is benefit from any oil? Which oil? When I go consume on oil, when I go chop on oil, you just say without oil we will not go survive. We survived before without the oil, and we are using Sharia law, and we will do Sharia law. So, Mr. Whatsoever, whether Trump. Let me just go direct to the Trump because now they throw bomb to everywhere. See, just give us and just tell us that you divide this nation. We need our Arewa. We need Islam. We want to be an Islam country. Yes, we are a Muslims, and we want to die inside Islam. Nobody will change that. No any idiot, no any Trump, no any who be named Netanyahu whatsoever who you people you are. You cannot change our pets. Don't worry much. So it's better for you to come and change and divide the nation. Give us our nation before not gonna go come carry them. Come join with us. People who they not even get religion. They not even wear uniform clothes. They know they wear clothes for their body the time when this European come to Africa. South East, South, all up now. We are not they wear clothes. But as they come to North, they come meet us with our law. They come meet us, come meet Sharia. They come meet Sharia law. During 1920, Western people come to Arewa, meet us with our Quran, with our education. Not you people that doesn't have people religion self, but we have religion. We educate ourselves. We use Arab. That's why whether we like or not, Arabic must be written in our currency. Don't worry about it. Allah. And even in the military of the nation, Nasrun min Allah. As now, as we are talking about Nigeria Arab amalgamation, we are still ruling because when the Western come meet us.
All right, today I want to take my time to talk about religious extremism in northern Nigeria. I want the whole world to listen to this, and everybody should listen to this. Right? To start with, do you remember the history or the story of Deborah that was spied in Sokoto? I want to bring to your notice that when she was spied and when some people were brought as suspects, 34 lawyers from northern Nigeria, headed by a professor in Usman Danfodio University, actually came in defense of the suspects. And at the end of the day, what happened? The suspects were actually charged with, incitement of public disturbance and conspiracy. And later they were released. And after that, nothing happened. Alright? So, I equally want to bring to your notice that after that, a lot of other ones have happened. Some that even never made the news. Do you remember the history of this boy? I think this boy, he's a Muslim, he converted to Christianity, or he left the religion generally, but at a point in time. But what I'm trying to say is, first of all, a bounty was placed on his head. A lot of northern content creators actually publicized the placement of the bounty. But later he was unalived in Lagos. It never made the news, he was unalive. But a sheikh came out to celebrate his spying. A popular northern content creator, in Northeast to be specific, Umar Weda, came out to celebrate his unaliving. Do you get it? Came out to celebrate his unaliving. And that is what should be done. After making several videos in regards why this boy should be pied. Do you get it? They came out to celebrate. And, okay, before we go more, I have a video to play to you in regards the take of a minister. That's, is it Musawa or what is that her name? That came out to speak in regards the next election. In regards the replacement of Shetima with any other person or as the case may be. And this is what she has to say. Let's listen.
If the APC toys with the idea of changing Shetima on the ticket, it might be risky.
I think so. I think so. I really do. I think if we toy with changing the construct of what we have now is a problem. If there's no northern, and I'm going to say it as it is, if there's no Hausa Fulani Kanuri Muslim on that ticket, it just creates it's a hurdle. And that's the reality of the way the people think.
So while actually I'm not against what she has said, it's a bold statement actually. I must commend her for that. But that is the reality on ground, right? That is the reality on ground. But if I must add a little bit to this, the fact is there are some little dynamics that have changed in regards to this. The fact is, even the Tinubu at the moment is not actually considered as a true Muslim according to fanatics. They see him more or less like an infidel, right? They see him more or less like an infidel. So whatever he does at the moment, is not actually going to guarantee. It's just going to make, just like you have stated, is going to make the victory or his winning much more harder. But that doesn't mean that he will not win with the present situation on ground, right? And apart from that, apart from the issue of him winning the presidency or whatever, the fact is there's a new dynamic that has been added to this, which is the fact that I think the minority are gradually coming up to speak more. And apart from that, there's a third force that has always been a major determinant of winning election. And at this point in time, the third force is actually interested. And looking at the body language of Tinubu, he seems confused at the moment, because he wants to actually play according to the dictates of the third force, and at the same time, he wants to win the heart and the interest of the people that he believes will bring him to power. But in the midst of all these things, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, looking at all these variables now, when the minority, if the minority in the north are not even fully welcomed and accommodated, it has to be Hausa, Fulani, and Kanuri. Forget about the Kanuri you have even added, but you are very specific Muslim, right? So if they are not even all welcomed and accommodated, what is now the fate of somebody that is not even a northerner? Do you see the division there? But funny enough, when you talk about this reality now, that Nigeria is divided across board and there is no way forward in this regard, you are actually considered as a divisive element. That you have been paid, you have been sponsored to do these things. And apart from that, they say you are not a true northerner. You are a munafiki, just like other people call me. They say I'm a munafiki, right? But this is the truth. And if you ask me, in the midst of all these things now, what does Simon K want? All Simon K wants is a society where everybody, irrespective of religion, tribe, and other social norms, is actually accommodated and welcomed. Just like what we see in other developed nations and why we are running there. That is what I want. My intention is not to cause harm by virtue of your religion or your tribe or whatever, even if it's monkey that you believe in as your God, as long as your social vices doesn't interrupt with my freedom. It's fine. And there will never be a point in time I will try to impose my own concept on you. And the fact is, I strongly believe in the supremacy of the law and nothing more. But what do you do when you have people that don't actually believe in neither of this? And they are actually expecting you to live according to the dictates of their ideology. And that is why when people come out to say now that we are not northerners, we are middle belterners, they say it's a lie. They are the top campaigners. The fanatics are the top campaigners. And when the Biafrans come and say now that this country is not for us, it's for the fanatics, they are the top campaigners in regards these people are fifth columnists and they are trying to divide the nation. But staying this way now, all they are trying to do is to ensure a situation where they marginalize everybody and subject everybody to this their animalistic point of view. Well, I think the world is gradually changing. And I'm sure it's just a matter of time. And if there's anything I have to tell, I want the international community to pay attention to this as well. So when people are trying to downplay the existence of religious extremism and Nigeria gradually becoming the hub and the headquarter of religious extremism, show them this and tell them that in the history of Nigeria, there has been unaliving on the basis of religious extremism, and there has never been any one conviction. And in regards this extremism, that it only streams from only the north. The north that used to be wonderful and good, but now is so full of evil, and it will be a disaster for any right-thinking man to sit down and think that we are still one and there's still light at the end of the tunnel with this incompetent government and the growing of these radicals that are bent on ensuring that everybody must do things according to their dictates.
Now my message to the northern leaders, now be this. When I share this message, make it reach Sultana of Sokoto. Then make una also share, make it reach other Alaji where they not. Then make una see share, may reach all the politicians, especially the Muslim side in Nigeria, in the northern part of Nigeria, not every Nigeria. Why they do this video? They say, you see this place when I this way. If you look beside me, you see this beauty. This beauty when I see for here, so this beauty when I see for here, so. Now mosque, now it be mosque, now they built for here, so now they see, very big. When I first see, first of all, I say na event center, now it be. Then I can't discover say na mosque, moshalasi, now it be. Here when I did so, now here be Edo State, Auchi, Ogbona. They call this place, this area, Ogbona for inside Auchi. Why they do this video? Because you see, the problem we will get for Nigeria, now the Muslim part of Nigeria, now there be the problem we will get for Nigeria. The big problem we will get for Nigeria, the Muslim part of it, now there be the problem we will get for Nigeria. Understand? Here is the shocking part of this news when they try to share for us. So you see this mosque where they built for years, so guess what? Now Christian man, the man are Christian, they call him Peter. The man are Christian. Now they build this mosque when I see for you. So if you go down like this, now down to the house. If you go there, you see they build another church for there, beside the house. They build a Catholic church beside the house for there. Understand why they do this? They say, can a northerner or can a Muslim man build a church? Say make Christian they go. They can never happen. It can never happen. But this mosque when I see so now Christian, the man they go church well, but he has money to do it. That's why he build that. He look and say here na a community, and this is community now both Muslim and Christian now they inside there. So in the build mosque, it comes to the build church. So any religion where you believe on, you follow on. Now so it's supposed to be for life. But the Muslims, the northern Muslims, they believe say na terrorize Christian. That is only thing. That is only way you can set the world free. No, you cannot set the world free. And the one thing you people should have in mind, you cannot defeat Christians. Just have it in mind that you cannot, you as a Muslim, thinking that maybe you want to wipe away the Christian so that only you want will be. You can never. They never born na rich. They never born na papa rich. Understand? So make una get that for mind. See, all this terrorism when they do up, it not go help una go anywhere. It not go help una. A Muslim man supposed to be a peace. He's supposed to love Christian. A Christian supposed to love Muslim. But for Nigeria, Muslim for the world self, most Christian they love Muslim. Now Muslim not they love Christian. Why is it like that? Shame to all of you. Shame, a very big shame to all of you. Anyone where they bring a terrorism into the world or into Nigeria, shame to all of you. Now say una get the richest man. Dangote where una get. What did he do? See this man when I talk so. Now he build all these things. If I tell you what this man don't do for this community, you go short. See, na police station. Now be this one so. Police station. Now they say, now he still build that. Yeah, people.
Once again, I'm still asking, what is the use of northern Nigeria to Nigeria as a whole? Because we cannot be saying one Nigeria and then another group is having a different constitution from Nigeria. How does that even make sense? What is the use of northern Nigeria to Nigeria?
That the Sharia Court of Appeal seized and auctioned his shop to recover a tenant's unpaid debt despite his possession of title deeds and the tenant's goods remaining inside. The incident, which occurred on Tuesday, has sparked widespread debate about jurisdictional overreach. Well, let's take a look before we come back for a discussion.
I was in my shop 3 months ago. Some people just carry motor gun. Say they are from Sharia court of Gudu. That they are cheap litigation. And she did Biafra has auctioned my shop. I told them that I don't have any case with them. Why should they auction my shop? I built this shop in 2012 for our rent. Their first shop in number. I rent one to somebody. They said the person in the shop, you saw it credit. I told the person owner, why can't you provide his goods? That the goods inside that shop, they don't think about the goods. They say what they know is they want to take that shop. I said the person should come to the court and tell me from the owner of the shop. I go there. Even though I'm a Christian, I thought I watched a Christian go to Sharia court. They say I must call, be from the owner, that they will leave me my shop and take all the documents to them. Even when I read there, they even see the document, said they will do investigation. All I see today, they just come here, carry paper come, say that I auction the shop, that they are doing handover because I'm a Christian, because I'm Igbo, they collect my shop, Sharia court. Even if they will follow the law, as a Christian, what I have to do with Sharia court? Don't help me, don't help me, don't help me, Nigeria help me, my life finish you, my life finish you, my life finish you. I do that,
Now, this is the kind of country we live in. And you know, the funniest thing of all is that I'm surprised that, you know, as people from the southern part of Nigeria, there is no outrage over this nonsense. This nonsense called what Sharia court. How do we have a court in Nigeria and then in northern Nigeria they have a fucking Sharia? Yes, it's a fucking Sharia court. And even if you have a Sharia court, it's not supposed to be for Muslim shit only. How does that affect someone that's a neighbor man, is a Christian? He has a tenant. If the tenant has done something wrong, then take it up with the tenant. What the fuck is the business with the owner of the place that you have to go and seal up his business? Fucking Sharia. I don't understand how these Muslims, how you guys even do cope with this shit. And the funniest of all is that many of you Muslims are educated and you don't even speak up. This is totally disgusting and unacceptable. And you guys will say this one Nigeria. When the particular group is want to leave, you start antagonizing them and you have this nonsense of a thing going on in your fucking region. Pulling the country back. The country is already backward as it is and then we have nonsense called Sharia court. Why can't the Nigerian court advocate for every single person, whether you are Christian or Muslim? Why does a Muslim have to have a Sharia court? Why? Why? And if you want to have a Sharia court, why can't you make it strictly for your fucking deeds? Yes, because this is fucking annoying. That man is a Christian. How does that affect him as a Christian? That he has to go and seal his own business. Every single thing. A shop that he built with his hard-earned money and he put in tenants there. Both Muslim tenants and the rest of it. If he decides to say, no, I don't want Muslim tenants now, they will say that it's tribalism or religious, whatever. Now, he has both Christian and Muslim tenants there. The tenant that is a Muslim has done shit. Instead of you to take up the shit with your fucking Muslim brother, you are using it to rob the Christian brother that is owner of the whole shop complex there. And if people like us talk like that, go say we don't start. Once again, I ask, what is the value of northern Nigeria to Nigeria? Thank you.
And yes, it's very obvious that the fight is between Islamization and other religion. That is the fight. And you can tell me that Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, went to Turkey and signed security agreement. Now they get sense to balance religion. Trump, America, that is Christian country, is already in Nigeria. Now they get sense to balance security by involving Turkey. The advice Sheikh Gumi told them. So they get that sense, but they did not have that sense to do Christian Muslim tickets. The sense did not come into them to do Christian Muslim tickets. They did Muslim ticket. Now when it comes to security, they want to balance it to bring Turkey into security. And you know that America, I don't think America is not having any serious issue with Turkey, but they are not really in good terms because Turkey is a Muslim country, and Turkey, let me tell you, Turkey has hardwares. All these sophisticated weapons you see these people carry, they said it's coming from that side. Allegedly, that is what they said. But I will tell you, take it to the bank that Turkey has sophisticated military hardwares. Confirmed. America even knows that.
This is a new conversation between Mustafa, who is an advisor to Turkish President Erdogan, Military advisor to Turkish president is like national security advisor in Nigeria. So this is a core conversation that need between him and the executive of the Turkish airline when the Turkish government were transporting weapons to Boko Haram in Nigeria. And that weapon, they mandated them not to use the weapon to kill the Muslims, but the Christians. And after that, this happened after the meeting in 2014, where the Turkish adopted a policy that in Mali, Nigeria, Central African Republic, that they are going to support these Islamic extremists against their nation in the cause to Islamize these countries. And remember that Boko Haram now, pay allegiance to Islamic regime in Syria that Turkey was funding and, protecting them. So stay with me in this video so that you will understand why I am raising alarm about Tinubu signing a security pact with Turkey, because some northern elite like Shegumi said no to America. So Tinubu is now turning to balance things. However, somebody who is sponsoring and sending weapons to Boko Haram, you are not supposed to go and sign peace pact with it. This is Islamization. Don't forget that Turkey was a Christian nation, and before you know, they turned it into an Islamic state. Ask this question. Shegumi went there before Tinubu went there. I want you to understand that there is something that is going on. Anyway, this is not a news. This is a lecture. Stay with me in this video.
Alo. Mustafa selamünaleyküm. Aleykümselam abi. Mustafa sana bir konu arz etmiştim ama hatırlıyor musun? Şu bizim taşıma hususu ile ilgili.
Ya onu biz Hakan Bey'le bir araya gelemedik de ondan dönemiyorum
ya
sana.
Mustafa yani
çok acil.
Tonlarca malzeme taşıyoruz. Nijerya'ya gidiyor şu anda, tamam mı? Müslümanları mı öldürecek, Hristiyanları mı öldürecek?
Anladım abi.
Cebel altındayız, haberin olsun.
Tamam
yani.
1-2 güne sana haber veriyorum. 1-2 güne.
Allah'a emanet. Ya bize bir kontak numarası versin, onunla istişare etsinler yani, tamam mı?
Tamam. Hadi sağ ol.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. This is Wednesday, the 28th day of January, 2026. You see, this video I'm going to make, this is not only about blogging or news. This is education. I am going to teach you the involvement of Turkey in Nigeria insecurity situation. The involvement of Turkey in what is termed the Islamization of Nigeria. And at the end of this video, if you discover that everything I'm going to teach you in this video is not true, stop watching my video, unsubscribe, stop following me. If you discover that everything I'm going to tell you in this video that is not true, stop following me, because yesterday I made a video where everybody were talking about Tinubu stumbled. I was saying, Nigerians, you pay attention to what does not matter. I personally, I stumble sometimes, I do fall sometimes, talk less of an aged man who is above 80 years. That is not necessary at all. So yeah, that yesterday, if you watch my video, I was asking this question: what is Tinubu doing in Turkey? And I knew that Tinubu went there to sign a military cooperation with Turkey. Now, there is a problem with that. And a lot of you will think that Okocha like criticizing people. No, this has nothing to do with criticizing people, but this is all about talking the reality out of issues. This is all about saying the truth. And that is why I told you from the beginning of the video that anything I'm going to say in this video, if you discover that it's not true, stop following me. Now, let's dive into it. There is a Turkish newspaper, okay? A Turkish newspaper. It is called Tanriverdi. Tanriverdi, okay? This Tanriverdi reported something in 15 May 2014. 15 May 2014. That is the year the Turkish government, they had what they call Turkish policy on Africa. Turkish policy on Africa. And during that meeting, the call recordings, the meeting, what is it called? The video recording leaked. This was supposed to be confidential. So this Tanriverdi reported it. And in their report, they stated that Turkey made it a policy to be supporting Islamic group against state terrorism. Now, let me define these terms before we move forward. In Turkish terminology, they call anybody, any country fighting Boko Haram, fighting ISIS, they call it state terrorism. You know what that means? Like Nigerian soldiers now, if you try to fight Boko Haram, Turkey will tell you that that is state terrorism. You are trying to fight the real people, that Boko Harams are the real people, and so on and so forth. That is not enough. after the meeting, after the policy, Turkey now starts shipping arms through their airline to Boko Haram. The thing leaked. So Turkey was found directly supporting Boko Haram. But this was during Buhari administration. Buhari have the same ideology with the Turkish government under this Erdogan. So Buhari did not stop them. But everybody, they were raising concern, and so many classified documents were there that people did not release, okay, because of some international policy. Now, when they were calling, when they were shipping these arms, another call recording leaked. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I want after this video, you go and verify what I'm saying. So another call record leaked. And in this call record, they were saying, according to Tenravadi, according to this newspaper and subsequent newspaper that I'm going to, show you in this video, it shows that the Turkish government were telling them that this weapon we are shipping to Nigeria, don't use it to kill Muslims. I am coming to see. At the end of this video, I want you to spend like 1 hour, go and verify everything I'm going to tell you. Okay? Go and verify them. So the Turkish government sent weapons to Boko Haram, and they were telling them that these weapons should not be used to kill Muslims. The reason why I'm trying to give you all this background is because I don't want a situation where I will come out and say Tinubu is trying to divide Nigeria. Tinubu could not resist the division of Nigeria. People will misunderstand me and misconception will come. No. Now, the reason why Tinubu went to Turkey is because after the strike from the American government, Nigeria said they collaborated with them. The so many northern elites don't like it. They rejected it. Up to today, someone like Sultan of Sokoto did not say anything, but silence in Nigeria is also a press statement. Now, Shegumi made a statement that Tinubu, instead of America, should go and partner with Turkey. Now, I want to let you know this, that Turkey became an Islamic country through Islamization, and that is what they want to lead in Nigeria. For them to, ship weapons to Boko Haram and so on and so forth, it means that they support these people. They want them to Islamize Nigeria. Now, going to sign military cooperation with Turkey, and Turkey's private security came to Nigeria last year. They gave them contract to secure Kaduna, Southern Kaduna, to Abuja. They gave them contract. I think they paid them every month 1 billion. Go and verify everything I am telling you now. So, imagine where Turkish private security are today in Nigeria. What is it called? The bandits made that place a safe haven. I want you to connect the dots. I want you to understand something that is going on. Now, I want to analyze this newspaper report to you again. Now, this is a Nordic Monitor. They report about insecurity and international policy and so on and so forth. Now, support Islamists against state terrorism in Mandi, Nigeria, Central African Republic, says ex-military advisor of Turkish president. This newspaper reported what I am just telling you. They reported this in 2021 and refer back to 2014. What happened? Stay with me in this video. Now, it reads that Turkey should support the Islamic group against state terrorism in some critical regions of Africa, such as Central African Republic, Mali, and Nigeria, said retired General Adnan Taravadi, the former chief military aide to Turkish president, Erdogan, who also owns private military contractor Sadat, which many believe is a de facto paramilitary force loyal to the Islamic president of Turkey. Now, this private military contractor Sadat is operating in Nigeria, owned by somebody who tell the Erdogan, the president of Turkey, to make sure they Islamize Nigeria by supporting Boko Haram against state terrorism. I've defined state terrorism in this terminology for you. What they mean by state terrorism? That is you now, as a vigilante police, DSS, soldier, you are fighting against these people. It is called state terrorism. And that is why so many important military officers have been assassinated, because they were carrying the insecurity on their head. They want to stop the insecurity. They eliminate them because they term it as state insecurity. So you are now a terrorist. You are now a terrorist. It's a state terrorism. They can kill you. Pay attention. Now, in an article published by Tenravadi in May 2014, that is the article I showed you from the beginning of this video, okay? review the key determinant of the ruling Justice and Development Party, AKP, links to radical and terrorist group in Africa, Theravadi, an important figure in Edorga inner circle, define Africa countries fight against terrorist groups as state terrorism, and argued that Turkey should consider effective measure to protect Islamic group in the Central African Republic, Mali, and Nigeria from this state terrorism. So, Turkey have a mandate to protect Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAP from the Nigerian government. What is the purpose? What is the mission? To bring the Islamization, complete Islamization of Nigeria. See, when you go and do investigation that what I'm telling you is not true, stop following me. Because I actually want people to understand where my concept is coming from. Every now and then, if I talk about insecurity in Nigeria, people who do not understand anything about Nigeria will come out to think that this insecurity is what, hey, we have a good leader tomorrow, that good leader can stop insecurity, that good leader. Shut up. You don't know how far these people have gone. You don't know how condition now. I never wanted to drag Turkey out of this issue, okay? But when Tinubu traveled to Turkey, I was just the only one asking, what is Tinubu doing in Turkey? What is he doing in Turkey? Because I am curious. A country funding extremists, funding Boko Haram against Nigeria, should not be signing military cooperation with Nigeria. This is a death trap. This is Islamization. And no one is going to argue this with me that what I'm saying is not true. Now, the question here is this. Does Turkey send military equipment to Boko Haram? Answer is yes. Go and verify. Okay. Does Turkey said that Nigerian military soldiers, all these DSS, they are terrorists for killing Boko Haram? Yes, they said so. Turkey made it a policy to protect terrorists. Do they? Yes, they did that. I have the pictures of everyone who attended that meeting and so on and so forth. So, you see, we are on a very high level of division in Nigeria. They not refuse that US should not, cooperate with Nigeria, that they should give them Turkey. And Turkey is a chief Islamist, like people want to Islamize Nigeria. So Nigeria is literally dividing into two, into American interest and Turkish interest. I want you to save this video because, this is education. This is not all about blogging. Now, in addition, I think that discriminatory and foreign-backed state terrorism targeting Islamic group in some critical region of Africa, such as Central African Republic, Mali, and Nigeria, and preventing measures to protect those groups should be studied carefully, Theravadi said. It is interesting that a leaked recording of a conversation that took place in 2014, the same year that Theravadi reviewed Turkey's strategies towards some African countries, between an advisor of Erdogan and an official from Turkish airline, revealed that Turkish national airline and the Turkish government were alleged to have been involved in a transfer of arms to the Nigerian-based terrorist organization Boko Haram, which has pledged allegiance to the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. Do you now understand the Turkey was funding the Islamic State in Syria? Assad? Do you remember? Turkey was funding the Islamic State in Syria. And Boko Haram is loyal to the Islamic State in Syria. I want you people to open your mind, and emancipate yourself from this Arab, domination and Islamization that has been going on for long. If I come out to tell you things about insecurity in Nigeria, I want you to open your mind. Don't be biased. I want you to understand the background, where all these things are coming from. The Turkish and that Islamic region in Syria, they were major people who were giving Buhari morale to go on, do what you want to do, Islamize the country, do this, do that. Like, we don't have voice. Anything we say, people won't take it serious. Anything we say, people will not take it serious because who is this guy? But I will tell you the reality. So, Tinubu going to Turkey is a step to Islamization of Nigeria. Turkey was championing the Islamization of Nigeria. Turkey was buying Boko Haram arms. Turkey have a policy of supporting Boko Haram, ISIS, loyal to the Islamic regime, to Nigerian system. So they want Islamization. That is Turkey's policy. So, as I said before, the private military, Turkish military operating in Nigeria was owned by someone who told the Turkish president, this current Turkish president, that he should Islamize Nigeria through Boko Haram. The person have a private security operating in Nigeria. Guys, I have said my own. I'll keep on educating you. what is going on in Nigeria. And he is going to, you see, I love US for one thing. They might not be perfect. Okay. They may not be the best people you may see on earth. You may hate them very well. Okay. That is very good. Hate them for whom they are. But you know what? The ability to gather intelligence is number one. After God, before devil in America. Okay. Leave it for them. So what I'm talking about is so many unclassified documents. Okay. So many unclassified documents that people are not allowed to publish it because it is for military purpose, military use. Tinubu is deceiving Trump, but America is always step ahead. I am telling you people that Nigeria is divided into two. The North cannot entertain America coming to kill these terrorists because these terrorists belongs to them, not everybody in the North. I'm talking about someone like Shigumi who said that Boko Haram is a blessing to Northern Muslim. You know, there are so many, these extremists who believe that Nigeria should be Islamized. Okay? They will not accept the US working in Nigeria. It means dividing Nigeria. So they want Turkey to come again, occupy some part of Nigeria. So Nigeria is dividing into two. So all this drama that might unfold tomorrow, why can't we save ourselves this stress? Why can't we save ourselves? Prevent this war that is coming. Prevent this war. Let everybody understand that if you go your own, every state, even as Benin Kingdom is, they can be a country. Nigeria should go in the way of Yugoslavia now. If not, tomorrow is too dark. I am not telling you this because like in form of vision of prophecy. No! You can calculate what is going to happen, and it will happen based on what is on the ground today. There is a clear path to Sharia by 40% of Nigerian population. Like 20% of Nigerian population are so confused. They don't even know what is going on. Then there are also another like 40% who understand what is going on in Nigeria, but they believe that the problem could just be solved by electing leaders. No. Don't go there. Don't go there. It's not by electing leaders and so on and so forth. Anyway, what do I know, self? See you on my next video. I'm Okochapi myself, okay? Talking reality out of issues.
Well, as we all know, and it's becoming very clear that this game is a global game. It's not about Nigeria alone. They said Turkey has been playing this game of Islamizing countries, that they tried it in Yugoslavia. They did not succeed. Yugoslavia was balkanized and their strength was reduced to Bosnia and Herzegovina. That is the country that is Muslim dominated, and others have different religions. Now, Nigeria is the focus. And we are saying that the same thing that happened in Yugoslavia, let it happen to Nigeria. Let Nigeria be divided. That is what we are saying, so that other religions can be preserved. They can practice their religion in peace. Other religions are not violent in nature. They are not. So, but Islam have their own system. They said Muhammad did this, did that, killed so many people in the documentary. But Islam, Christianity is not like that.
This is the late evening of Wednesday, January 28th. Nigeria is facing the problem of Islamic groups who are carrying out, terrorist activities in Nigeria, like Boko Haram, ISWAP, all these things. So, the reason why I am not comfortable with Turkey-Nigeria cooperation is because someone who signed that document, someone who signed that files, I'm talking about President of Turkey, is someone who is not shy to tell the world that he is after Islamizing places. Now, in this video you are going to watch, I will leave the link on the description section or the comment section of this video, because I try uploading it for people to see, but I discovered there is a copyright on it from Turkish Broadcasting Service. Now, I am going to give you the background of this thing. Pay attention. In March 2017, Turkish President Erdogan delivered a speech in the city of Eskişehir, where he called on Turkish citizens living in Europe to have 5 children instead of his usual recommendation of 3 to increase their influence on the continent. Now, I will tell you the reason why he made this statement, and you are going to watch the video. The video, they still interpreted it to English. Now, there was a problem in Yugoslavia. The problem in Yugoslavia is that the Bosnia and Herzegovina These are a Muslim majority part like we have in northern Nigeria. So they were trying to conquer both these Slovakia, this Croatia. They were trying to conquer the Christian dominated areas. So that led to crisis in Europe that time. There was a peacekeeping mission of the United Nations. Even Nigeria military was part of the peacekeeping mission, in Yugoslavia. So after everything, they resolved that the only solution to solve the problem there is to divide Yugoslavia into 6 to 7 countries, just like what we are recommending for Nigeria today. So they divided the country. After dividing the country, Turkish president was so angry because he was the one sponsoring Bosnia and Herzegovina, this country today. He was the one sponsoring them when they were together in the region with these other countries in Yugoslavia. So he was the one sponsoring them. So that Islamization agenda failed. So after they divided these countries, he came to Bosnia and he was addressing them and telling them, you have to go into the Europe. He made a statement 10 years ago, and from that 10 years ago to today, everything this man said is coming to pass. If you come to Europe today, if you are kind of people that travel very well and understand the cultures and what is going on in Europe. I'm not talking about when you just come into a country today, you leave tomorrow. You won't know what is going on. Like in Germany, Sweden, even Finland, France, UK is even worse than all of them. You see people trying to bring their culture, trying to tell you they're already majority in these countries. That was what Erdogan told them 10 years ago. Everything you are seeing in Europe today is not from Qatar. It's not from Iran. It's from Turkey. Erdogan. He is the one pushing them. Drive the best car. Live the best houses. Make sure you have more and more children so that you can conquer these people. They are not having children now. Go and have more children. These are the principles of, human shared and so on and so forth. See, I don't want a situation where someone who is known for sponsoring Islamic terrorists, for sponsoring Islamization, to come into Nigeria and say he wants to help Nigeria against Islamic terrorists. It doesn't make sense now. How can you tell a terrorist, terror sponsor to say, okay, to come and help you to fight the people they are sponsoring? Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. You see, these little things, for so many people, it does not matter. But for me, it matters a lot. It matters a lot. So go and watch the video and tell me what you understand. So someone who is known for sponsoring Islamic terrorists can never come and put a stop to Islamic terrorists. Well, if Nigeria want to only buy weapons from them, I don't have business with all these things they are doing, okay? The recommendation the world gave Yugoslavia, because Yugoslavia is Europe, why is the world not giving Nigeria the same recommendation? Why? We are facing the same problem that Yugoslavia faced then. Why is it that people are not trying to give Nigeria this, this idea of partitioning? Why? And anytime you come and talk about partitioning, people will come and tell you that as if they understand what is going on. Like, people will tell you that that is not the solution. Okay, what is the solution now? Tell me, what is the solution? What is the solution? To be fighting? For your military men to be dying, police to be dying, everybody are dying, Christians are dying, Muslims are dying from the collateral damage, everybody is just dying. So what is the problem now? What is the solution, I mean to say? And a lot of people say that, let us have a good leader. Forget about all these things. Huh? There is a system error. Tinubu is not, if Tinubu become a president of Germany today, or prime minister of Germany, the system will control Tinubu. Because they have a system that is not corrupt there. The system will now control Tinubu. But as a president of Nigeria, the system in Nigeria will control him. So even though you have angel in Aso Rock there is a system that will control them. System rules the world. System rules nations. Nigeria have a system that cannot work. If it is going to work, it will work in the favor of these extremists. That is the way they have positioned the country to be. Okay? I want people to understand this. That is the real situation. And let me tell you, these people are strategic and slow simultaneously. They are doing it simultaneously. Next 1,000 years, if someone should come and tell them that you will achieve this, your dream in next 1,000 years, they will be happy. They are not fast. They are not fast like people who want it urgent now. They are very slow. They are strategic. They know where they are going. And don't see Nigeria as the main target. It is a global problem. It is a global problem. The whole world is facing this situation. But the way you handle it matters. The way you handle it matters. Look at kidnapping, all those things. Now, recently, because of the assault the Nigerian Air Force are giving them recently, Nigerian Air Force killed many of them recently. What these people are doing now, going to into the cities and do massive kidnapping, do mass kidnapping. Make sure that you have these people in your custody. So if they want to strike, let them kill everybody. Principles of human shared. These are the things we know right from time. But we'll continue to say it. If people think that okay, Okocha, you're always talking, what is the solution? I've said the solution more than how many times. What was recommended for Yugoslavia is the only solution that can set everybody free in Nigeria. Even people want to practice Sharia, be confined to your country and do what pleases you. You have your freedom to do everything you want to do. That is just the situation. But here we are. People are not understanding anything going on in Nigeria at all. People are not understanding. Let us be watching anyway. Let everybody be playing along. The real people are dying, okay? But let us be playing along. Let's see where it is going to reach. And the last thing I'm going to say in this video is that forget about people asking, what do you want to do? What are you doing? Let me tell you, knowledge is power. If everybody in Nigeria have the knowledge of what is going on in Nigeria, that day, the thing will fail. Knowledge is power. People don't even know what is going on in Nigeria. I traveled to so many places. Few time ago, there is a place I traveled to. So I was talking with people around there. They know the problem. They don't know the sources of the problem. They know that their people are dying. They know that bandits are killing their people. That is all they know. Who is sponsoring these bandits? What is their mission? Why are they killing you? So I started asking the question, what is the mission? Why are they killing you? They started thinking, like, these people have been here killing us. What is the purpose? Why are they killing you? This. They started thinking, and I want everybody to think, why is the bandits killing you? Why are they killing you? Why is the Boko Haram killing you? Why are they killing you? You don't know. Let me tell you. They have it in their handbook as their mission statement. They want a Sharia state. They want you to be converted to Islam, and they want you to be under Sharia. That is just it. What do I know, self? You know, say no to Turkey. Okay? Say no to Turkey in Nigeria. No.
All right, I want to show you guys this particular clip, you know, so that you get diverse information concerning what we are discussing. That has been our way. And don't always forget to drop your comments. Sometimes when you watch, you click the like button or you drop your comment. These are the things that gingers us to do more for you guys to get more information to deliver to you. So, but it is a global politics on religion. The Islam has that, you know, intent of dominance. So, but nobody has a monopoly of violence. Forget that the Christians are, you know, meek in nature. That is what their religion teaches them. So, but nobody has monopoly of violence. People can be triggered to do otherwise. So, but the point is that let us checkmate these people, and we need America in this regard, so that America will play their part as is done in Yugoslavia. We always refer to Yugoslavia, so that the same thing will happen to Nigeria. Is going to happen, and we pray that it happens so soon.
So, as Tinubu jets off to Turkey to discuss security matters and security realignments, a lot of Nigerians are asking questions. The US is coming closer to Nigeria, but Nigeria is running closer to Turkey and some Arab nations. What exactly is Tinubu doing, and what exactly is Tinubu running from? Listen to this man. Let me not talk.
Nigeria stands at crossroads. Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is departing Abuja today for a so-called security-heavy state visit to Turkey, just weeks after US airstrikes on ISIS-linked targets in the Caliphate of Sokoto, and after high-level engagements with American officials. He's still talking to some of them in Abuja today. This is not normal timing. And in geopolitics, timing is never accidental. This trip is not about trade fairs or cultural festivals. It is about security, military cooperation, and strategic realignment. And the timing is revealing. It's revealing. To this day, at least to my knowledge, let me just give you an example, ladies and gentlemen, how comical the situation is in Nigeria. The Sultan of Sokoto, the preeminent spiritual leader of all Muslims, has made no public statement on the bombings. None. Even though it was his backyard that was bombed. Nil, zero, nada. In Nigeria, silence is also a press release. Silence is pregnant with meaning. By the way, can President Tinubu ever do anything right? Look at the American President Trump, who stood up for thousands of murdered Christians in the north of Nigeria by bombing Sokoto. But Tinubu can never do anything right. Tinubu is a guy, remember, the head of the gang that cannot choose straight. What Tinubu says versus what Tinubu does. Let's look at this. Officially, this thing to Turkey is a state visit. Bilateral relations, trade investment, technical cooperation, blah, blah, blah. The same press release they used by Onanuga to recycle like old APC campaign posters and lies. This is the quote from the Onanuga press release yesterday. I saw. Quote, he's expected, that's the president, to return to the country at the conclusion of the visit, unquote. Where was he going to return to? Where is he going after that? Is he going back to his adopted country, France? Does he still consider himself a Nigerian citizen? Will he disappear from Nigeria again? He disappeared right after the bombing. We did not see him again until sometime in January. After 21 days, what? A Nigerian on social media asked this question, and it's a very good question. Has he, the president, broached the idea of seeking asylum somewhere? Because I cannot understand the need to inform Nigerians that he'll be heading home. That is incredible. That is the kind of president you have in Nigeria. The president of Nigeria makes Nigeria, a country, look like a joke. Like a joke country. Let's go back to this trip to Turkey. Tinubu is traveling with security chiefs, not business delegations. That tells you everything. So let me ask plainly, why does Tinubu pivot to Turkey? Just weeks after US airstrikes meant to degrade ISIS networks in Nigeria, in Sokoto. Why now? Why now? After the waste of time and sham going on right now in Abuja called US-Nigeria Joint Working Group. Right now, they're taking pictures in Abuja, US-Nigeria Joint Working Group. What a sham. In Nigerian politics, when explanations don't add up, just follow the flight schedule. Tinubu is on the plane. Let me tell you what this really signals, this trip. Let's be blunt. Tinubu's southern romance with controversial Turkey looks like a pivot away from the United States at a very sensitive moment. Here's the context. The US bombs ISIS-linked terrorists in Sokoto Caliphate, where the Sultan rules. Immediately after, powerful voices start condemning the US, powerful northern Nigeria voices condemn US involvement. Figures like Dr. Sheikh Ahmad Gumi likely urge Nigerians to abandon US security cooperation and look instead to China and Turkey. China and Turkey? China and Turkey are now neutral. China that exploits African countries and holds them at ransom. And controversial Turkey in Nigeria. Even Nepal is more neutral than China and Turkey. Those are the people we're going to be with now. Now suddenly, Tinubu is boarding a plane to Ankara with the security chiefs. That timing is too neat for me, ladies and gentlemen. When Nigerian politicians say coincidence, check your wallet, they might still say they save money from you. Washington will read this move very, very clearly. Especially Trump. Trump will read this move. This is the kind of chess move where you knock over the board and still claim you are winning. Trump will read it. I hope Trump listens to the Ofion Okwa show, because this will just make his work easy. Let's look at Gumi's movements. Unconfirmed but dangerous. Let me be clear. There are unverified reports circulating about Sheikh Dr. Ahmad Gumi's movements between Nigeria and Turkey after the bombings. This is a man accused of enabling these people. These are not confirmed by established journalists in Nigeria. I agree. But here's what is confirmed. Here's what is confirmed. Gumi has been relentless in condemning Trump and condemning the United States involvement in Nigeria. Number two, he has openly urged Nigerians to pivot away from America. He has openly urged Tinubu. He has consistently promoted Turkey and China as alternatives to the US. So even if travel is undocumented, the political narrative is alive. Trump is not arresting him. He's arresting Omoyele Sowore. He's not arresting Gumi. A powerful Islamic cleric, hostile to US counter-terror efforts, suddenly aligns rhetorically with the same country Nigeria is now calling. Did he arrange this visit, Gumi? In Nigeria, rumor does not need evidence. It only needs timing and perception. Perception is power. Perception right now, for me, is that Gumi arranged this visit. This is my own perception. This is how I perceive it. But who am I? The question is, how would the US interpret this? From Washington's perspective, this looks like strategic distancing. The message reads clearly. Nigeria wants US firepower, but not American friendship. You see this in The Godfather, the movie. Or worse, Nigeria wants help, but doesn't want to be seen thanking the helper. They will not thank Donald Trump for saving the lives of thousands of Christians in Nigeria. That's like calling the fire brigade, then arguing with them while your house is still burning. Trust matters in security cooperation, and trust is being tested. Right now, there is no trust between Tinubu and the Americans. I understand that Tinubu is under domestic pressure. So let's look at that issue. Let's look at the real issue. Nigeria is already fractured. Christians versus Muslims, terrorism and mass killings every single week, ethnic and regional power struggles. The ethnic nationalities in Nigeria hate each other. Let us be honest, they don't like each other. Okay? Some Islamic ministers and northern elites are openly warning Tinubu not to cooperate with the US on Christian killing. This is somebody coming to help you. They are threatening political consequences for Bola Tinubu. Let me say it in plain Nigerian English. This is not time for grammar. The Caliphate North will not support Tinubu in 2027 if he works with Trump to end the Christian killing. 12 states in the Caliphate North who practice Sharia, they will not support Tinubu. Simple. In Nigeria, principles are optional. Re-election is mandatory for those Nigerian corrupt politicians. So Tinubu is talking between Washington's expectations of him, which is and his promises, to a powerful internal bloc pushing an anti-Trump, anti-American ally, a northern bloc within his own camp. In my opinion, and I will own my opinion, Tinubu has caved. The Caliphate Northern Bloc has won in Nigeria. The real accusation here is the core charge. If Tinubu is privately assuring Washington of cooperation, sending Ribadu up and down, while publicly repositioning Nigeria away from the US, then this is not diplomacy. It is deception. It is naked deception. Is Tinubu bending to Islamist power brokers? Is that what is happening? Extremist Islamist power brokers? Is the Turkey trip a signal to anti-US forces in Nigeria at home? Is he telling Trump one thing and doing another? In Nigeria, we call this playing both sides. In Washington, they call it you're on your own. Tinubu may be on his own. Tinubu should go and pray. He does not want to be like Maduro, put on a plane and brought to New York. My conclusion and a warning, this is not just about the trip. It is about who controls Nigeria's shaky security policy. A government, Tinubu's government, pivoting towards Turkey at the worst possible moment. A religious establishment in Nigeria hostile to US action. A president possibly playing both sides to survive politically. In Nigeria, when leaders start balancing too many plates, it is usually the citizens that get broken. I therefore call on the United States to continue precision strikes like against confirmed ISIS affiliates, like what happened in Sokoto, because Nigeria's internal leadership is becoming an unreliable partner. Tinubu is playing the US government. He cannot be trusted. Christians are dying. Something needs to be done. Some people are asking, when is Trump coming again? He needs to come. Is Tinubu prioritizing Nigeria's security or just his own political survival? Does he care about the Christians that have been killed in Nigeria? Because history does not laugh. It records. Maybe Tinubu is just interested in his own political, let him win and keep making billions and billions. This is the Ofion Okwa show. We just don't report events. We track where they head. We look at the future. I remain the voice of the voiceless. I am your independent voice. Telling fearless truths you will not hear anywhere. And sometimes I laugh at the failing and inept Nigerian power. Look at the way Tinubu is behaving like an amateur. I am Ofion Akwa. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.
All right, my viewers, having watched these clips, I want to believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, it's very obvious because this time around, either this or this. Yes, it is between life and death because so many people has gone because of this issue that we are having in Nigeria, and we don't need to waste more life. Let there be solution with immediate effects. And January is about running out. We are still waiting for more to drop his options that are available for Nigeria to Donald Trump's office, so that their decision will be taken What they are trying to do is to balance security assistance between Christianity and Muslims, and Islam. That is what they are doing, because they feel that America is Christian inclined, so they want to bring in people that will, protect their own religion. That is the only thing that is there. Yes. Well, I am still Chinedu until I come your way next time. I say bye for now.